A very good morning to everyone. Welcome to class 11th Business Studies. Actually, today we are going to revise the chapter number 1. We have started the revision of chapter 1 in the previous class only. And today we have to continue the revision of chapter number 1, that is business, nature and purpose of business. So let us start the revision now. Right? Some topics we have already revised from this chapter in the previous class. Like we did the meaning and business, meaning of business and characteristics of business. Then we have done that how business is different from employment and profession. Then we have covered that uh, what are the different types of industries. Where I told you about the primary, secondary, and tertiary industries. Primary industries means which are extracting the raw material from beneath the earth and providing the raw material to the secondary industries. Secondary industries are those industries which are collecting the raw material from the primary industry. They are converting it into the finished goods by processing on that. And tertiary industries are also known as the service industry. And tertiary industries are basically, simply we say that these are those industries which are ultimately, providing the goods and services in the economy. They are ultimately distributors. They are ultimate distributors of goods and services in the economy. So three types of industries also we have already covered, right? Now the next question which I'm taking today is commerce and trade and auxiliaries to trade. So further parts हैं उसके, let's see. Trade and auxiliaries to trade. Now what is meant by trade and what is meant by auxiliaries to trade? Whenever we talk about the term trade, trade is basically the distribution of goods or providing goods to people. That is, of course, trade, that it refers to providing the goods to different people. जिसको हम बोलते हैं trade. And auxiliaries to trade का मतलब होता है, it refers to basically the auxiliaries. It refers to auxiliaries. Auxiliaries matlab the things which helps us in doing the trade. So buying and selling of goods is ultimately trade, but what all things help us in actually buying and selling of goods is known as auxiliaries to trade, right? Now, when we define trade further, actually trade is of three types. Yes, it refers to three types. ये कौन सा है three types का trade? So this comes for export trade, then there is import trade, then there is entrepot trade. Ultimately, export trade, import trade, and entrepot trade. Three types of trades are there which you can see. When we say export trade, so we simply mean that export trade refers to, exporting goods to different people, different countries. It is linked with when we export the goods to the other countries. For example, if India is exporting, suppose onion to Russia, that is the export trade. Import trade refers to when you import the goods from the other countries. For example, if I say that when India is importing, suppose spices from the Afghanistan, so that is the import trade. But entrepot trade means when you are importing from one and exporting to another. For example, when India is importing the crude oil, petroleum from US, suppose that UAE, United Arab Emirates, and exporting it to Sri Lanka, same time. That will be known as entrepot trade. When you are importing from one country and by the time you are exporting it to the other country, that is known as entrepot. So these are the three categories of trade which we see. export trade, import trade, and entrepot trade. But what is mentioned in auxiliaries to trade? Auxiliaries to trade means the things which helps us in doing the trade. What does it refers to, or what does it include? So auxiliaries to trade includes all such activities, all such activities which help us in doing trade. But that is auxiliaries to trade. You know, commerce is the sum total of all activities. तो कौन-कौन सी चीजें हैं जो हमें ट्रेड करने में हेल्प करती है? So if I just mention their names, कौन-कौन सी चीजें ट्रेड करने में हेल्प करती हैं? So of course we have जो ट्रेड करने में हमें हेल्प करता है, एडवर्टीजमेंट हेल्प करता है हमें ट्रेड करने में, है ना? वेयर हाउसेस, बिकॉज हम सामान बना के रख सकते हैं और बाद में सेल कर सकते हैं, ठीक? बैंकिंग जो है दैट हेल्प्स अस इन डूइंग द ट्रेड. Insurance, because through insurance I can get my factory, I can get my goods insured, so that if any such problem arises in future, that I can of course solve that problem, right? Then with that we have some more like transportation. That all is ultimately included in the commerce or aids. अब इनके कुछ कुछ वो भी हैं कि ये क्या होती है सर्विस और ये कैसे हेल्प करती है, कौन सी हिंड्रेंस को रिमूव करते हैं. हिंड्रेंस का मतलब है कौन सी प्रॉब्लम को रिमूव करा जाता है फ्रॉम दीज सर्विसेज. बेटे इफ आई टॉक अबाउट एडवर्टीजमेंट, अगर मैं बेटे एडवर्टीजमेंट की बात करूं तो हम एक एक करके पढ़ेंगे कि ये 5 की 5 जो सर्विसेज मैंने आपको लिखी हैं ऑन स्क्रीन, ये कौन सी हिंड्रेंसेस रिमूव करती है. हिंड्रेंसेस मतलब अगेन प्रॉब्लम्स. Which problems does it remove? That here means hindrances. ठीक, तो हम लोग देखते हैं कौन सी hindrances रिमूव होती है. बेटे एडवर्टीजमेंट से हिंड्रेंस ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन रिमूव होता है, मतलब इंफॉर्मेशन आपको पता चलती है फ्रॉम द एडवर्टीजमेंट ओनली. You come to know about the information of course from the advertisement. Then through the warehouses, what do we get to know? Warehouses से हमें कौन सी hindrance रिमूव होती है? स्टोरेज. हम लोग स्टोरेज का प्रॉब्लम जो है वो वेयर हाउसेस से कहीं ना कहीं रिमूव कर देते हैं. बैंकिंग से कौन सा हिंड्रेंस रिमूव होता है बेटे? बैंकिंग से ऑफ कोर्स फाइनेंस की दिक्कत, फाइनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम वो रिमूव होती है. सो थ्रू द फाइनेंस ऑफ कोर्स वी कैन गेट टू नो अबाउट द हिंड्रेंस ऑफ फाइनेंस, वी कैन रिमूव इट. थ्रू द इंश्योरेंस से हम क्या कर रहे हैं बेटे? इफ वी गेट द इंश्योरेंस, थ्रू द इंश्योरेंस वी आर एब्सोल्युटली रिड्यूसिंग डाउन द हिंड्रेंस ऑफ रिस्क. हम लोग रिस्क कम कर रहे हैं कई बार अपने बिजनेस में. एंड व्हाट वी डू फ्रॉम द ट्रांसपोर्टेशन से हिंड्रेंस ऑफ टाइम या हिंड्रेंस ऑफ प्लेस की बात कर सकते हैं. ऑफ कोर्स हिंड्रेंस ऑफ प्लेस कहीं ना कहीं जो है वो खत्म होता है, बिकॉज वी गेट द वाइड वैरायटी ऑफ प्लेस, वाइड वैरायटी ऑफ एरियाज वेयर वी कैन सेल आवर प्रोडक्ट्स एंड वी गेट द वाइड मार्केट ऑल्सो. हमें मार्केट भी इससे वाइड मिल जाती है. ठीक, सो कहीं ना कहीं ये जो कंप्लीट आपके सामने है, दैट इज ऑल सच एक्टिविटीज विच हेल्प अस इन डूइंग द ट्रेड. ये कंप्लीट वो चीजें हैं जो हमें हेल्प करती हैं ट्रेड को करने के अंदर. ये है आपका जनरली जिसे हम बोलते हैं हिंड्रेंसेस रिमूव, और ये अल्टीमेटली हमारे पास कॉमर्स है या ऑक्सिलरीज टू ट्रेड है. ये ध्यान रखना कौन सा हिंड्रेंस कौन सी एक्टिविटी से रिमूव हो. After this topic, you have the another topic from this chapter, that is of course business risk. बेटे business risk जो है obviously वो that is somewhere जो रहता ही रहता है in every business. Can you escape this business risk? Navya, what can you explain about the business risk?
Sir, we cannot escape from business risk, but we can lower down the business risk.
How can you lower down?
Sir, by not entering in high risk activities.
That means high risky transactions must be avoided. Get the insurance in advance. ये सब चीजें हैं जिनसे we can say that risk can be reduced. But of course, risk cannot be escaped. If we say that can we escape the business risk, the answer is of course no. We cannot escape from the business risk because business risk is ultimately the point where we simply say that you cannot escape from the business risk. You have to take on that risk in the business. And but also it depends upon the nature and size of the business. Suppose if I have the large scale of business, there will be more risk involved. Large scale है तो मतलब large investment है. And of course अगर large investment है तो large risk है. इसी तरह अगर small scale business है, small investment है तो small risk है. But risk हमेशा होता है हर जगह. ठीक. और risk को आप कभी भी avoid भी नहीं कर सकते. You cannot avoid taking the risk. ठीक है. इसके अलावा रिस्क एक रिवॉर्ड भी आपको देता है बिजनेस करने का, बिकॉज इफ यू आर टेकिंग द रिस्क दैट मींस यू विल बी टेकिंग द प्रॉफिट, गेटिंग द प्रॉफिट. तो आप रिस्क लेते हो बिजनेस के अंदर तभी तो आपको प्रॉफिट भी होता है. अगर आप रिस्क नहीं लोगे तो प्रॉफिट कहाँ से होगा. हम किसी ट्रांजैक्शन में बिना रिस्क के घुसेंगे नहीं तो कई बार हमें प्रॉफिट भी नहीं होगा. तो व्हेन यू टेक द रिस्क यू एक्चुअली ग्रैब द प्रॉफिट. आपको प्रॉफिट तभी मिलता है वो जब आप रिस्क को एक्चुअली लेते हो. ठीक. अच्छा, इसके बाद वी कैन से दैट रिस्क इज एसेंशियल पार्ट ऑफ एवरी बिजनेस. हर पार्ट का हर बिजनेस में एक एसेंशियल पार्ट होता है रिस्क. रिस्क होता ही होता है. यू कैन नॉट एस्केप फ्रॉम द रिस्क. कुछ कॉजेज है बेटे बिजनेस रिस्क के. लेट्स सी व्हाट आर दोस कॉजेज. कुछ कॉजेज हैं जो बिजनेस रिस्क के हैं. वो क्या क्या कॉजेज हैं. ह्यूमन कॉजेज. बेटे एनी बिजनेस रिस्क व्हिच इज अराइजिंग आउट फ्रॉम द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ अ ह्यूमन बीइंग दैट कम्स अंडर द ह्यूमन कॉज. अगर मैं आपको एग्जांपल दूं ह्यूमन कॉजेज का, लोग स्ट्राइक पे चले गए जिसकी वजह से प्रोडक्शन बंद हो गई, लॉस हो गया, ह्यूमन कॉज है. मेरा कैशियर जो है उसने कैश के साथ मिस इंटरप्रिटेशन कर दिया, कुछ फ्रॉड करके भाग गया, कैश का नुकसान हो गया मुझे, ह्यूमन कॉजेज है. तो बिजनेस रिस्क के अंदर डेफिनेटली ये कॉजेज होते हैं जो कहीं ना कहीं बहुत ज्यादा नुकसान देते हैं. ह्यूमन कॉजेज हुए. ठीक है. इसके अलावा वी हैव सम नेचुरल कॉजेज ऑल्सो. Natural causes, for example, if I talk about natural causes, then natural causes means any problem arising out from the nature. For example, due to any of the natural calamity, there was an earthquake, or there was a cyclone, there was tsunami, there was something other natural factor, which due to which I have suffered with the loss. That will be the natural causes. उसको हम लोग बेटे natural causes. ठीक. अगला हमारे पास आता है इसके अंदर ह्यूमन कॉजेज, नेचुरल कॉजेज, इकोनॉमिक कॉजेज. देयर आर सम इकोनॉमिक फैक्टर्स आल्सो व्हिच आर अराइजिंग आउट फॉर द लॉस ऑफ बिजनेस व्हिच increases the risk. For example, in the economic cause I can say change in the demand pattern of the people. Suppose the demand pattern of the people, they have changed suddenly and now they are not demanding that particular product, then of course there would be the problem at this stage also. And after the economic causes, we have other causes. Other causes means any other cause which has not been reflected here, that will be the part of the other causes only. For example, if I say that any political disturbance, any other causes, and any other cause which have not been reflected in the above, that will be on the other causes. So this is the concept of business risk and also the different causes of business risk. Bhumi, I would like you to explain, please explain the topic of business risk along with its different causes. You can take the help of book also. I can't hear you. You are not audible, Bhumi. I think you should remove the lead and just speak accordingly. Now also you are not audible. Speak something. Not audible, maybe. Rishi, I would like you to please explain.
So business risk is always involved in business and
Rishi, तेरी नेट भी बहुत स्लो आ रही है. थोड़ा मोबाइल पास में करके बोलिए.
So business risk is always involved in the business, and we cannot uh, run from the risk, although we can avoid by uh, using some of the methods like not investing in the not investing in those businesses which are which may be in loss in the future. And we there are different types of risks, such as the causes of business risk are of four types: human causes, natural causes, economic causes, and other causes. Human causes involve all the causes which arise because of humans, like the workers went on strike, and it may make the business it may take the business in loss, and it may affect the business also. Then the natural causes, such as any kind of natural calamity occurs and destroys the business, it also increases the risk. uh, Economic causes such as the
Any change in the demand or supply.
Okay. Any kind of change in the production, demand, and supply.
Hmm.
Then other causes includes the other causes. Sir, other causes are under.
Any other cause which have not been stated in the above point that would be just reflected in the other causes, like change in the political parties, change in the government rules, or any such cause which may arise.
Okay, sir.
That would be written in the other causes. Good. I hope this is clear to everyone. Open your cameras, all of you, faster. Those who have switched it off, please open it again faster. Everyone is it. Kanishka, you please explain me the aids to trade, auxiliaries to trade, that what will be the service and how it helps the in removing the hindrance from it. Kanishka, open your mute yourself, please. You are not unmuting, Kanishka. What happened? I already did 2, 3 times. Okay, by the time, Anshul, you please explain the auxiliaries to trade. What are the different services and how do they remove various hindrances?
Sir, I don't know.
अभी जैसे मैंने लिखा है ना ऑन स्क्रीन एडवर्टीजमेंट वेयर हाउसेस yes now explain
So auxiliaries to trade refers to the activities which facilitate the buying and selling of goods. There are five types. There are five auxiliaries to trade. That is advertisement, which removes the hindrance of information. Second is warehousing, which removes the hindrance of storage. Third is banking, which reduce the hindrance of finance. And fourth is insurance, which reduce the hindrance of risk. And fifth is transportation, which reduce the hindrance of place.
so these all are the things which help us in doing the trade and any kind of service industry or we can say the tertiary industry These industries work on these activities and they try to reduce the different hindrances which are involved or which may be there in the business. All right.